Fort Macon State Park brings over 1 million annual visitors to Atlantic Beach to experience beautiful views, exciting nature, and a 200-year-old military fort full of local history.
Fort Macon was used during 3 American wars: the Civil War in the early 1860s, the Spanish-American War in 1898, and then one more time during World War II in the 1940s.
Fort Macon is a third system fort, which means there's 38 of these forts built right after the War of 1812. And for coastal defense. Well, the Civil War, we were early war. The Union was able to capture this. This is the second fort in history that rifle artillery was used against. So basically, this fort was made for cannonballs. In the Civil War, modern technology was the downfall of Fort Macon. And then the Union was able to use the harbor for the blockade of Wilmington, North Carolina. So the Spanish-American War, the most probably significant thing that happened here is that the 3rd North Carolina Volunteers was sent here, an all-black regiment. And what I mean by that was all black troops and black officers. And this is the first time in history that it had ever taken place. It was used in World War II. Nothing really great, but basically what the fort did was protect the harbor. It kept the Germans out. But even though in North Carolina, a lot of people don't realize there was 105 U.S. and Allied ships sunk or torpedoed here in North Carolina during the war. So World War II was right here, and Fort Macon played a vital role in protecting North Carolina's coast.
Fort Macon offers a variety of educational demonstrations related to their rich history and nature. From fort tours and small arms demonstrations to turtle talks and nature hikes, there's so much to learn. One of their most exciting programs, though, is their evening gun tradition on Wednesday afternoons in the summer.
Every evening, the military posts like Fort Macon back in the day would fire a cannon instead of a musket or something, because you can hear a cannon longer distance. So when the cannon goes off, or a castle, you know, if you go further back, they know they're going to be locking the gates for the night. And so everybody needs to return to the castle. That's where it kind of got started. And then the military kept it going in the forts.
While it was in use, there were 54 firing cannons all around Fort Macon's walls. Today, there's only 9. Almost 10, and they're working on it.
Thanks to the Friends of Fort Macon support group, the cannons around the fort's walls are slowly being replaced at an average of 1 cannon a year. At around $70,000 per cannon, it's no small task, but one that will help in showing Fort Macon's full history.
I always said, you know, the fort, its heartbeat is the cannons. So the more cannons we have, the more blast is bringing the fort back to life.
But visits to Fort Macon are more than just cannon fire and natural beauty. It's a moment to reflect on how we got here and how far we've come.
Well, a lot of people, especially if you're local, we don't know our local history, and we understand history from other places. So it's important just to get into your local history and see how much history there is here, and to understand history better so we don't make the same mistakes that they did in the past. Well, I hope, you know, when you come to Fort Macon, you just take a moment to remember the men and women who fought for this country and gave us the freedoms we have. This is kind of a monument to all those prior wars, and we oftentimes forget so quickly the sacrifices others have made. So I hope that everybody will take a moment and pause and just think about those that came before us, and we enjoy the freedoms we have because of that.
You can find out more about visiting or getting involved at Fort Macon by calling their park office at 252-726-3775 or online by visiting ncparks.gov, clicking State Parks in the menu, and selecting Fort Macon State Park.